Hi, ArcfieldWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Thursday morning, December the 14th. All systems are go for a powerful storm system to have wide-ranging impacts all the way from the Gulf of Mexico up along the eastern seaboard, really from Florida to Maine. There will be an impact from this developing powerful storm system. It really gets underway this weekend and pounds away at Florida and other parts of the southeastern states, then takes most likely an inland track right up through northward through the eastern U.S. And again, it'll likely end up having an impact all the way from Florida to Maine with a lot of rain, a lot of wind. And on the backside of the storm, there'll be colder air moving into the northeastern states, certainly by Tuesday. Pretty good cold shot comes on the backside, and there certainly can be a changeover to snow up across interior sections of New York State and New England by later Monday night into Tuesday. And there's a chance this storm system will slow down enough that it could have some lingering impact even in the mid-Atlantic region with respect to some snow or rain showers all the way into Tuesday, perhaps even Wednesday of next week. It does certainly become a slow-moving system. Now, this is certainly a forecast map that sends some red flags. It may be overdone, but it's from the 0Z run of the GFS last night for wind gusts during this entire event. And you could really see some impressive numbers here, over 60 miles per hour along coastal sections. Certainly coastal sections are more vulnerable to these extreme wind gusts here, but this certainly can end up producing some damage in wind gusts. Again, this may be overdone, but we'll see in a moment here. There is a very strong low-level jet that will develop on the northeast side of this storm system. So this particular run of the GFS takes an inland track, and with that inland track, it opens the door for some powerful low-level winds to pound away, especially again at coastal sections. Probably a southeast wind will come screaming off the Atlantic Ocean into coastal sections of the Carolinas, all the way across the Delmarva Peninsula, New Jersey, and ultimately into the northeastern states as well. But this is what's on the table. Again, it may be overdone, but it certainly sends a red flag that we're indeed going to deal with a powerhouse storm system. Now, I want to go through some forecast maps using the 0Z run of the GFS. And we're starting off with kind of a view of North America with respect to the 500 millibar height anomaly pattern and then the 850 millibar temperature anomalies. And certainly there will be cold air around over the next couple of weeks. There have been some talk that it would be kind of a blowtorch in terms of temperatures for the eastern states going into Christmas week and the week after that. No. There's certainly some cold air masses, cold air shots coming into, at least at a minimum, the northeastern part of the nation over the next couple of weeks. And the 500 millibar anomaly map here just shows there's lots of players on the field. It's a very active weather pattern here. Again, it'll be kind of a day-to-day forecast problem. We have lots of highs and lots of lows all over the place across North America, and we'll try to piece together here what could happen over the next week to 10 days or so. First of all, we're starting off this morning, Thursday morning, December 14th, with an upper level low over the southwestern states. Indeed, it has produced some decent snowfall in places like Colorado and New Mexico and is driving to the south and east. And we'll push forward here in time going into the upcoming weekend. And notice we've talked about this at length over the last couple of days. There's kind of a northern branch system that ends up phasing together with the southern branch system to form one large storm system here. And it really gets cranking over the upcoming weekend over the Gulf of Mexico. And we'll see here kind of an intensifying upper level low situated by late Saturday, early Sunday over the northeastern Gulf, the northern Gulf region. And here comes that influence from that northern branch. Again, it ultimately coalesces into one very powerful upper level low by the latter part of the weekend. Tropical storm-like conditions for the Florida Panhandle, much of Florida and the southeast U.S. Later this weekend, with a lot of rain and a lot of wind Whether it's actually declared as a tropical system or not is kind of irrelevant. There will be a lot of rain and a lot of wind across Florida and into other parts of the southeastern states. Now, notice the positioning of this upper level low by the time we get to midday Sunday over the Tennessee Valley, and that helps to kind of pull in the surface low a little bit from the coast to an inland scenario. Certainly feasible here. And here we have powerful upper level low. By the time we get to Monday morning, you have surface low moving right up northward through the eastern states, not necessarily off the coast. It very well could be an inland track that again raises the possibility of some damaging wind gusts along coastal sections. We'll get into the 850 millibar wind forecast in a moment here, but this ultimately becomes a slow moving system, and it kind of hangs around and lingers, and notices kind of a rotation back around by Tuesday. Certainly cold air wraps into this system without question. By the time we get to Monday night, especially Tuesday, well, looks like much colder conditions all the way down into the mid-Atlantic region. And again, there can be some lingering effects going into Tuesday, perhaps even Wednesday, in portions of the mid-Atlantic region, northeast U.S., in the form of snow showers, rain showers, and continuing wind gusts that could be strong too, right into Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Ultimately, it pushes off to the east, but again, a very slow mover. This is now all the way out to a week from right now. Next Thursday, still some signs of that upper level trough sitting over the western part of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, let's move forward here, and we see another powerful low. This is kind of an El Nino type pattern. Certainly we had a strong East Coast storm last Sunday into Monday, another one coming this weekend into the early part of next week, and that is rather typical of a activated southern branch of the jet stream during an El Nino type of winter season. Here we go with a lot of players on the field here. Again, lots of upper level lows and strong blocking across Canada here by the time we get to Christmas week, and it'll make for some interesting weather forecasting dilemmas here for sure, because there will be some cold air masses coming into the northeast U.S., and depending on the timing, it could result in some snow over the next week to 2 weeks here. And here we go all the way into December 25th. This is Christmas Day, about a week and a half away or so right now. And we talked about that PNA yesterday, Pacific North America Teleconnection Index, going into positive territory and staying in positive territory. That generally is a supportive sign for ridging, high pressure ridging in the upper part of the atmosphere across western U.S., western Canada. And look at this upper level ridge here popping up over western Canada, going way up to near the polar region. And again, lots of storm systems coming in off the Pacific Ocean here, and it's certainly an active weather pattern, and there'll be storms coming into that southern branch over the next couple of weeks. And again, pretty good block setting up here over the central part of Canada can play a key role. You can notice the kind of the wind flow pattern here can bring some cold air all the way up from northern Canada into the upper part of the Midwest, into the central and ultimately the eastern U.S. And here we go all the way out about 2 weeks from right now. This is 2 weeks from right now. Lots of troughs here sitting from southeastern Canada all the way down to the Gulf, and another one here over the west coast with blocking, kind of a cold blocking type pattern here over central Canada. So an active weather pattern going for the next couple of weeks. Now, I mentioned earlier, certainly will be some cold shots to deal with over the next couple of weeks. We are not in a sustained blowtorch type of temperature pattern at all for the central and eastern states. Certainly, right now we're starting off with well below normal temperatures for today. Today's high in Philadelphia, for example, maybe near 40 degrees, should be closer to 45, so below normal temperatures right now. It does turn milder on Friday and Saturday. You can see that here over the Midwest, over the Northeast U.S., considerably milder on Friday and Saturday. And there will be no cold air around initially for this upcoming storm system to work with in the Sunday, Monday time frame. It does, however, draw in much colder air Monday night, Tuesday, all the way from Canada into the northeastern states. Again, by Tuesday, it'll be much colder than it will be on Sunday and Monday in the northeastern part of the nation. And of course, that raises the chance for a changeover to snow, certainly higher elevation, inland locations, New York State, New England by Monday night and Tuesday. And here we go into the storm time period now, Sunday and all the way into Monday. And here we see on the backside of that storm, certainly looks like a cold air outbreak goes all the way into, from northwest to southeast, into the mid-Atlantic region by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And it doesn't necessarily stick around, but it's certainly not the last cold shot. And here's another one coming in right around the weekend of just before Christmas. This is Saturday, December 23rd, so that's a week from this Saturday, and we'll go out even farther in time and see this temperature pattern here. And again, remember we saw that strong upper level ridge to higher heights than normal, higher pressure than normal here over northern Canada, and that's reflected here in the temperature pattern with well above normal temperatures northern Canada. But look at this, another cold blast coming in about 2 weeks from right now. This is the middle of the last week of December. We're talking about December 27th. So certainly there will be some cold air around over the next couple of weeks into the central and eastern U.S. Now let's focus in on that low-level jet. It's really kind of a concerning feature here. No doubt it sets off red flags that there can be some damaging wind gusts associated with this storm system. This is the forecast map from the 0Z GFS for Saturday morning. And this is when the storm really gets cranking over the central Gulf. Notice kind of the color pattern here, and those are 850 millibar winds. It's about 4,000 or 5,000 feet above the ground level, and certainly it can give an indication as to some of the wind gusts that can occur at the surface during this upcoming event here. And again, really gets cranking on Saturday, and by late Saturday night, you could have very strong wind gusts across the Florida Panhandle. Again, tropical-like storm system here with strong winds and heavy rain. Not only the Florida Panhandle, but into Georgia and Mississippi, Alabama as well. Again, heavy rain can extend all the way across the Florida Peninsula. And then watch what happens here. By the time we get to Sunday morning, here is that kind of a screaming low-level jet with this storm taking an inland track that raises the possibility of damaging wind gusts across coastal sections. In a way, it would be better for coastal sections if this storm stays along the coast or off the coast with an inland track. Again, it increases the chance that this low-level jet can have a serious impact along those coastal sections, all the way from the Carolinas to the Mid-Atlantic and ultimately the northeastern states. Here we go by midday Sunday and then late Sunday. Again, very strong winds. It looks like the low-level winds will be southeasterly. That adds a couple other parameters on the table here. Beach erosion, coastal flooding, a possibility here with strong onshore winds, southeasterly winds to the north and east of that surface low, which again looks like it'll take an inland track. Here we go all the way into Monday morning, and it shifts up to the northeastern states with powerful wind gusts possible by then up across New England, and that 850 millibar low sitting over the western part of the Mid-Atlantic. And then we go into the day on Tuesday, and again, this is when cold air kind of floods the Mid-Atlantic region on the backside of that surface low. Well, let's wrap up with the surface forecast maps. Again, sticking with the 0Z run of the GFS, and we'll go forward here quickly into the next couple of days. Here we are, Saturday morning. Again, this is when the storm really starts to intensify. This is at the time that that northern branch system starts to kind of phase together with that southern branch system. So a lot of upper level support intensifying at this time, and you'll see the reflection at the surface with an intensifying surface low pressure area. And here we are by late Saturday evening, all of Florida getting pounded away here. And again, strong wind gusts tropical-like storm system, and it extends up across Alabama and Georgia as well. Then we go into the day on Sunday, and again taking an inland track, and look at this pressure gradient pattern. We've talked about this over the last few videos. These lines of equal pressure that show up on this map, black lines here, the tighter this pressure gradient pattern is, the stronger the winds, and indeed that is telling us could have strong winds in this direction here out of the southeast, and it looks like that'll extend all the way up the coast. That raises the chance for beach erosion and coastal flooding as well. So let's kind of clear this and move forward here. Here we go into Sunday evening. Very, very tight pressure gradient pattern. Could be some damaging wind gusts associated with this system, especially along coastal sections. Again, Carolinas, Delmarva, New Jersey, and ultimately up to Long Island and the northeast U.S. And again, no cold air initially. So this storm will start off as rain throughout the Mid-Atlantic region and throughout the northeastern states. No cold air to work with initially. However, it does sit around, and it does draw in colder air, and we certainly can see a changeover to snow across places like upstate New York. We're talking maybe later Monday night into the day on Tuesday. Here we go all the way to Tuesday morning, and we've talked about these dashed blue lines here. They represent what we call thickness levels between 1,000 millibars and 500 millibars. It's basically saying the thickness of that layer, that atmospheric layer between the surface and the middle part of the atmosphere. The lower these numbers, the lower these thicknesses, the lower the temperatures. And this is pretty impressive cold. This is showing a 522 thickness here. That's very impressive cold. By the time we get to Tuesday, a very impressive cold shot floods the Mid-Atlantic region from northwest to southeast. And again, there can be some lingering effects on Tuesday with maybe some snow showers lingering into the day on Tuesday in the Mid-Atlantic region. Certainly the northeast U.S. can have lingering snow or snow showers, and it stays quite chilly right into the day on Wednesday when things may finally settle down. But again, this ultimately becomes kind of a slow-moving storm system. This is the forecast map for Wednesday morning, still on the cold side. And again, going forward after this powerful storm system, there certainly will be some cold air outbreaks into the central and eastern states over the next couple of weeks. So a lot going on here, not only with this upcoming storm system, but looks like over the next couple of weeks, an active weather pattern. That's it for now. For arcfieldweather.com, this has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.